In this video, you'll learn how to start, stop, and restart recording, how to read the data in the main dashboard, how to access breaches, how to scan an NFC logger, how to download or share the report, how to upload data to the cloud, and how to access a measurements list, graph, and map. So let's dive into it. We'll begin with starting a recording. First, open the app and scan the logger. Press on the plus button at the bottom right and select Start Recording. If you don't see the plus button, press the Start New Recording button. And now you'll be able to choose the profile at the top. You can choose from Default, Basic, Shipping, and Custom. In the Basic profile, you can add the information regarding the product description and the tracking number. In the Default profile, you can add the information regarding product description, producer's name, sender's name, and so on. For shipping purposes, you can select a shipping profile. Like in other profiles, you can scan barcodes. Just press on the camera icon and you are ready to scan. In terms of the custom profile, you can choose from some of your already created custom profiles. In the third video of this series, I will show you how to create your own profile. All the profiles have common fields too, which are measurement cycles length, time thresholds for activating the alert diodes, temperature limits, accumulating duration of breach, and the manual start or delay of start. Let's now talk about the different ways how the logger could start the measurement. In order to choose a manual start, just switch on the manual start with button. For an instant start, just leave this switch off. For a delayed start, just press on the delay of start recording and type number of minutes. Once everything is done, tap on the start recording button. Now place your logger under the smartphone. You should see a confirmation message. After starting a new recording, you will be asked to wait 10 seconds for the logger to restart and scan it again. Once you scan it, you should be able to see the confirmation message and then logger details. If the recording has not started yet, it comes with more basic information, like here. Please wait a few more seconds and scan again. If you have chosen the manual start, press the push start button visible on the logger for around 3 seconds until you see both diodes blinking. In order to stop the recording, press on the plus button at the bottom right and select Stop Recording. Now scan the logger and you should be able to see a confirmation message. If you would like to start a new recording using the same parameters as your previous one, just press on the plus button at the bottom right and select Restart Recording. Now scan the logger and you should be able to see a confirmation message. Now let's talk about reading data in the main dashboard. In order to access Data Dashboard, tap on the Data tab at the bottom menu. Data Dashboard is separated into 3 categories: Recording, Logger, and Profile. Inside the Recording tab, you'll find information regarding latest measurement for temperature and humidity, minimum and maximum thresholds, breaches, and more. At the top, you'll see a temperature card. On the left, you'll see a logger's ID, and on the right, last measurements time. After that, you'll see a big circle graph that presents the range of the logger. In the middle, you'll find the last measured temperature. This temperature is represented in a circle graph as a circle. Minimum and maximum threshold are represented at the top with a blue color. A darker blue color on a graph signifies the total temperature range of the logger. You can see the range numbers just under the graph. A cyan color represents the recording range, which is a range in between the minimum and the maximum threshold of appropriate temperature that you can set. A red color represents a breach's upper range. What's a breach range? If the last measurement had a breach, a specific breach range will turn red, either below the minimal threshold or above the maximal threshold. Below the big graph, you'll see an average temperature and a mean kinetic temperature represented by MKT. Below you'll find the number of breaches and the last breaches. Under it you'll find a humidity graph that represents data similarly like the temperature graph. MKRH here stands for mean kinetic relative humidity. Inside the Logger tab, you will find information regarding Logger's ID, firmware and hardware version, calibration date, and end of validity date. Inside Profile tab, you will find information regarding your profile, recording, and thresholds. In order to access breaches, first make sure you are inside a data dashboard at the bottom and you have selected a recording tab at the top. Then tap on the breaches box. And now you'll be redirected to the breaches page where you'll be able to see the list of breaches for your logger. If you'd like to scan your NFC logger to update data, first make sure you are inside a data dashboard page. And now tap on the NFC icon located at the top left. Put your logger near your phone in order to scan it. And now you should be able to see a confirmation message. Now let's talk about downloading and sharing a report. First, make sure you are inside a data dashboard page and you have selected a recording tab. Now scroll down and you should be able to see a download report button. Tap it and you should be able to see the loading window. After it is finished, you should be able to see a confirmation window. Tap the OK button. In order to find the downloaded report, go to Files, on my iPhone, and BlueTag. Let's open it. In order to share a report, first, make sure you are inside a data dashboard page and you have selected a recording tab. Now scroll down and you should be able to see a download report button. Tap on the down arrow at the right of the button and select Share PDF Report from the drop-down menu. You should be able to see the loading window. After it is finished, you should be able to share the report. Now let's talk about uploading data to the cloud. First, make sure you are inside a data dashboard page and you have selected a recording tab. Now scroll down and you should be able to see a download report button. Tap on the down arrow at the right of the button and select Upload Data to Cloud from the drop-down menu. Now a new pop-up should appear. Fill in your login details. You can also upload data as anonymous and remember your login details for later use. Now tap on the Upload button and you should see a confirmation window pop up. In order to quit the upload window, tap on the Cancel button. In order to access a measurements list for temperature or humidity, first, make sure you are inside a data dashboard page and you have selected a recording tab. Now scroll down and you should be able to see a Show Temperature or Humidity List buttons. Tap on any one of them and you should be redirected to the measurements page. In order to see a graph, select a Graph tab from the bottom menu. In order to widen or shrink the graph horizontally, drag it or expand it with your fingers horizontally. In order to widen or shrink the graph vertically, drag it or expand it with your fingers vertically. In order to show the graph for a specific range, tap on the drop-down menu at the top right and choose a specific filtration. We will choose here Day. In order to see a graph on a full screen, tap on the full screen icon located at the bottom right. In order to quit the full screen mode, just tap on the X icon located at the top right. In order to access a map, select a Map tab from the bottom menu. A little explanation here. The pointer signifies the estimated location of the NFC logger during the scan. A red pointer signifies that there was an excursion between the previous pointer and this one. A blue pointer signifies that there was no excursion between the previous pointer and this one. In order to widen or shrink the map, drag it or expand it with your fingers. In order to rotate the map, just rotate your two fingers on the screen in a circular manner. In order to see measurement details for each pointer, just tap on any one of them. A new window should pop up with date, time, and measurement data. In order to inactivate the window, just tap anywhere on the map outside the pointers. The start label signifies the start of the recording and the stop label signifies the end of the recording. You will be able to see the logger route that connects the pointers with a blue line. That's it for today. Thank you for watching.